and hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today, we would like to present about Krumboltz learning theory. My name is AISYAH binti RUSLAN and my member's name is NURUL AFIQAH binti ARADIN, HAZIQAH binti AMIRUDDIN, Muhammad IZZUDIN bin Muhammad Sa'adan, and ATIQAH SYAZWANI binti AZHAR. Introduction of this theory is how individuals using their behavior, action, and cognition, knowing and thinking, in making career decision. Then, the theory will also help counselor to teach the clients about career decision making and how to use them. The theory also generally attempt to explain the factors that influence people to pursue various line of work. The background of this theory is about a social learning theory of decision making that were introduced by Krumboltz, Mitchell, and Gillette in 1975. But then, a few years later, in 1996, there were introduced a new concept and new name that from Krumboltz learning theory to learning theory of career counseling. Learning takes place through observation as well as direct experience. It is simplified the process of career selection based on life events. There are 4 factors of career development. Firstly, genetic endowments and special abilities, which is inherited qualities that may set limits on individual career opportunities. Secondly, environmental conditions and events, factors of influence that are often beyond the individual's control, and certain events or circumstances influence skills development activities and career preference. Thirdly are about learning experiences, instrumental learning experiences and associative learning experiences, also negative and positive reactions to pair of previously neutral situations. Lastly, about task approach skills. The task approach skills are sets of skills that individual has developed, such as problem solving, work habits, mental sets, emotional response, and cognitive responses, and they have modified as a result of desirable and undesirable experiences.
Okay, I will explain about the objective of Krumboltz learning theory. First, students can understand the introduction of Krumboltz theory. Second, understand the history and background of Krumboltz theory, which is my friend was explaining it before this. Third, student can understand the main concept of theory. Fourth, describe the application of theory in counseling. Fifth, describe the assessment and evaluation of theory. Sixth, state the multicultural issues and setting in theory, and lastly, state the advantages and limitations of theory. Okay, so I will explain the main concepts of Krumboltz learning theory, which is have 4 main concepts. First, genetic endowments and special abilities. Second, environmental condition and events. Third, learning experience, and lastly is task approach skill. Okay. So the genetic endowments and special abilities is very related with genetic inherited, which is an individual born with natural talent, like Datuk Siti Nurhalizah, which born with melodious voice, and when she grew up, she decided to be a singer as her career. Okay, that is number 1. Number 2, environmental conditions and events. So the keywords of the second concept is environmental. It's like the situation that we stay and grow with paddy field, and our parents also work at there. So when we grow up, based on the environmental, we choose to work at paddy field too as our career. Okay, that is number 2. And number 3 is learning experience. Okay, learning experience, for example, in secondary school, we are very talented, and we have a skill in mathematician. So when we grow up, we choose to be an accountant as our career, because we have a learning experience. Okay. So the lastly is task approach skill. Task approach skill is about skills. So seperti contoh, bila berada di universiti, kita diberi tugasan oleh pensyarah seperti tugas assignment. So dari situ kita dilihat dari sudut penerimaan kita, macam mana kita terima segala tugasan tu. Adakah kita bersikap suka menangguh kerja ataupun tidak. Sebab sikap itu dia mempengaruhi kerjaya kita di masa akan datang. Okay, that's all.
Okay, next I want to present about applying theory in career counseling based on social learning theory of John Krumboltz. First, this theory focuses on heritability, environment, learning experience, and task approach, and how these factors influence behavior and career choice. Next, the counselor's role is to help people create more satisfying life for themselves. The counselor tries to understand how someone arrives at a career-related view of him or herself and the world, and helps the client reframe this view by identifying how it may be limiting or problematic. Next, pace in life, a sentence of the 21st century make it impossible to have plan laid out in advance, and research show that most people are in their current career as a result of a series of unplanned events. Next, the counselor's role is to encourage the client to actively engage in tasks that will help maintain an exploratory attitude and generate and plan career opportunities when encountering unexpected events. The focus is on the learning process and how it affects vocational choice and change. Next, counselors can help shape the environment, making it conducive to learning. Lastly, in addiction should be level open-mindedness. Okay, for the next slide is evaluation in Krumboltz theory. Krumboltz states that people with these qualities are more likely to capitalize on chance, event, and turn serendipity into opportunity. Furthermore, several factors has been highlighted as being helpful in career management, including first, the commitment to ongoing learning and skill development. Second, ongoing self-assessment. Third, assessment and feedback from others. Fourth, effective networking. Fifth, achieving work-life balance. And lastly, financial planning to incorporate period of unemployment.
Okay, my name is HAZIQAH binti AMIRUDDIN. Now it's about multicultural issues and setting. Okay, first, based on Mitchell and Krumboltz, there are many ways or several ways to apply social learning theory in culturally diverse. Based on the four factors in this theory, there are mentioned about environmental conditions and events, which is include social, cultural, political, economic, geographical and climate. Okay, and now it's about culture. The goals that include negotiation barriers, both environmental and psychology, is about it is because when we choose our career for the future, we must look the environment and dari segi psychologicalnya kena tengok semua tu. Because some cultures accept jobs without any questions or prohibition, while other cultures have some disputes. Antaranya adalah spiritual, educational, income, attitude, and others. Okay, then it is also needs to be valued
physically and psychologically. Kerana nak tengok dia sesuai ke dengan fizikal kita, psychological kita, mental kita. Seperti like Dr. said in subject, in topic teori, Krumboltz teori, Doktor ada cakap mungkin daripada segi cuaca kita kena lihat semua itu. Okay, racial discrimination, contoh kerja tu lebih sesuai kepada perempuan, ataupun kerja tu lebih sesuai kepada lelaki. Semua itu perlu dinilai. How client perceive or observe their capabilities, interests and values, as well of generalization of their careers. Okay, based on Krumboltz and Jackson, they view vocational assessment as a past learning experiences and match this with congruent educational or occupation. Ni adalah contoh. Macam kita, yang seperti kita tahu, dekat Malaysia ni kan ada vocational kan. Ada setengah yang cakap vocational ni macam budak-budak yang tak berapa pandai lah apalah, macam tu. Tapi itu dari segi culture. Tapi sebenarnya mereka boleh je berjaya. Okey, benda ni dinilai daripada kita sekolah dulu. Sebab sekolah dulu kan kita ada buat inventories untuk pilih kerjaya kita, untuk tahu apa yang kita sesuai dengan kerjaya mana. So, as a counsellor or in career assessment, multiculturally competent counsellors should work to become more culturally aware of their own values, bias and stereotypes. Means counsellor should explain and bagi tahu semuanya and terangkan semuanya kepada pelajar. Terima kasih.
Okay, now advantages and limitations. Okay, advantages first, help someone to make career decision using behavior and cognition in making career decision based on 4 factors in LTCC. LTCC is stand for Learning Theory Career Counselling. Okay, first factor is genetic endowments and special abilities. Okay, meaning aspects of individual that are inherited or innate rather than learned. Example, height, skin color, and for special abilities like intelligence, athletic ability. Okay, second factor is environmental conditions and events. Emphasize that certain events and circumstances of the individual's environment influence skills development, activities, and career preference. Example, social factor, educational conditions, and occupational condition. Okay, next, learning experiences, meaning is changes society have great effect on the available career options. Next, task approach skills, meaning preference result on their prior learning experiences. Okay, second is the theory also helping a counsellor to conceptualize issue. Okay, then third is an attempt to simplify the process of the career selection, and it based primarily on life events that are influential in determining career selection. Okay, now is limitation. Okay, life is hard enough, but it does not always go as planned when it becomes overly relied upon the career tools in the workplace. Limitations of the powerful alternatives to help understand the limits of a career. Okay, conclusion. LTCC, Learning Theory Career Counselling, examines the environmental and individual variables that affect career development. Okay, then truth examining and overcoming doubts and generalizations about a career path. Okay, lastly, someone can establish not only a fresh look at their career options, but ways to enrich their current career. 4-step approach to dealing with 10 happenstance. Okay, actually what is plans happenstance? Okay, Plan happenstance is a viewpoint in career development that from creating opportunities for yourself out of aspirations that you would like to pursue in your career. Okay, plan happenstance can be framed as the idea to create chance events that turn into actual opportunities. It's a method that can help you capitalize on events that occur or that you can create to occur in your life. Okay, the more chance you develop in your career, the more opportunities you are going to have to create the scenario you want to live out, and therefore gain more chances of landing a job you really like. Okay, that's all. Thank you.